are back live. It's Tom V, Loudverse Media. It's TomV.com, Loudverse.com. What's happening, people? So, excited to be back on today. Gonna be doing an Ableton stream, which I'm super excited about. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, in this case, I'm excited about a track that's going to be on my upcoming album, and it's pretty knocking, so I'm pretty excited about it. Let's take a listen through it. I'm going to be doing some polishing. Right on. Let's not throw the pseudo mastering on because I'm going to be doing some tweaks as we go. So, alrighty. Standard format here. We got some drums. We've got an intro. We've got a little here we go part. We got a verse low, verse 1, chorus 1, verse 2, chorus 2, bridge, chorus 3, outro. Alright, cool. So, here we go. Un momento. Killing it here, huh? All right. Cool. All right, rock and roll. Here we go. So there we go. So you know the drill. Set the timer for an hour. Let's get some work done. So I'm gonna start off with this part. Is a cool part which I want to work more on. So I wrote this track on piano probably 5 years ago, and you know, basically this part. That's gonna need a little bit of processing work, but the idea is, and then this part was in it too. How so? You'll have I think what I want to do is get that note to but instead filter it back in. Same here, I'll filter this. And the same here, we want this note to be hit there, so we'll take it. These strings sound a little bright to me. So maybe what I can do is, oh, interesting, I'm already, yeah. You know, it's just for this chorus, I think. Yeah, they're not in the other choruses. 1, 2, okay. So what I'm gonna do, actually, see how I'm already automating this, the gain on the 4th EQ pole, that's about 3,000 hertz. So this to me is sounding too bright here. Or even, you know, let's see. It's not sitting that well. It's a little bit bright. So what I'm going to do, I've already got this automation line from something I'm doing when it's playing a lower part. Why don't I just duck this as the auto filter fades in and lets it in. What I'm going to do right about her is start taking this out, actually, and I probably don't want it. It's just not as in your face anymore. It's actually in your face. You can see here, look at all these harmonics. So there's the fundamental frequency. It's a pretty nice 5. Yeah, so I'm going to cut about 5, 6 dBs out of it. Interestingly, now it's getting lost in the mix a little bit. So maybe I'd actually go the opposite direction. Fade it in a little bit, eh? Because this part, I only hit it this one time, so I want that to stand out. You know, on its own, it's too bright. In the mix, it's perfect because it's really fulfilling. It's filling out a part of the audio, the sonic frequency range that nothing else is in. So I just want to go like that, though. I may just want to do a little maneuver here where I'm going to go keeping this where it is, but maybe something like this. So I'm not going to deactivate. See this one quarter note here where I duck most everything out except for this melody. Maybe what I can do is, let me collapse that automation. That's a handy little trick, if you folks know that, to fold or unfold the automation lanes. So there's a decent amount of automation, and annoyingly enough, there's 2 lanes of automation of chord shifts. So when I try and scroll with the magic mouse, if you're on that, the fucking thing doesn't scroll because you're scrolling inside that fucking window, or it's not doing it now, but anyway, there you go. So anyway, you can click this, and that's gonna, you can read what it does down there. That's gonna fold the automation lanes, never to be seen again. All right, so here I'm gonna duck pretty much everything. See, you hear the drums. Well, let's check out what that's gonna sound like. Oops. Imagine if we did this. That sounds fucking dope. So again, I'm actually not going to deactivate this. Watch this. I've already got an auto filter here. Oops. So I think I just want the da-da to be out, but then I want the other part to come in. So That's fucking sick. So I think what I can do is yeah, I think I get a couple good ideas here. So what if I do something where I bring it right into the center, and then excuse me, also right here. And as a final touch, let's fucking bang the ping pong. Wow. I feel like I want a little something else. Maybe the strings I'm cutting too hard. So let me open that there, open this here, or too early and too late. Maybe the strings deserve to be 86th. But then I got to go back to this deal, right? So you want this to, yeah, so I want this to come, these are the strings. I want them to come back in pretty fast after this, so. A slight auto filter, automate the frequency cutoff when they come back in. What do you guys say, eh? Cool. Okay, so in the context of the chorus and vocals, I don't know about these fucking vocals. These were added late in the track, and I'm trying to get them to sit in here, but not the vocals per se, but these fucking kind of hip-hop sampled vocals. So what I did was I sliced them into MIDI, but really just a front and a cup. Front cup. There's some delay. They have some delay automation, which is nice. Let's see some verb. What's the reverb on this track again? IRL. This convolution reverb. That's a heavyweight reverb for. It's Manhattan City Center, Hollow. Manhattan Grand Ballroom. Damn, we're playing beer pong in a fucking fancy ass joint. All right. So let's see how we want to play this. There's some stuff, some automation on the panorama, as you can see later here. There's I kick up the delay towards the end. It's kind of medium here. The gain goes up there a little bit, and then I'm doing some slicing, transposing it up. So. this part sounds a little loud to me, but let's hear it out. Because I want people to maybe notice, oh, those strings are there, or to get a different sense of the chorus, how it's coming in, as opposed to, front cut, front cut. And that's kind of the way it's coming off, but it adds some grooviness to it for sure. But let's take a listen here. Okay, so that actually sounds pretty cool. One thing I just thought of is if I throw in some pongs. Where's a good pong? So let me just grab one little audio clip. This is kind of the leading candidate. So here, what do I got on this? Auto pen, glue. I'm probably not gonna want any of those effects, so I'm gonna put it outside of the mix. So this one will be, and then these should be grouped into a proper, just a sort of a standard incidentals. That's nice. I can't read it. Uplifter, pong, ball, glitch. Give this the correct coloring, and then write her. So right as that fucking, yeah, what is this? This is right when maybe on the upbeat, so but I'm going to want to process this. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn it down 3 dBs, then throw in, I've got a little filter delay widener that I like to use. So because I'm getting that shaker hit to sit, remember, let's take a look up here. So the candombe, which is actually I found in a live pack, but I did some work on it myself. I also like to think that I can play it myself, which makes it okay to bring in pre-made percussion loops. I did some editing, and in fact, I'd like to learn more about the candombe. I believe it's from, where's that from? It's an Uruguayan music and dance that comes from African slaves. It is considered an important aspect of the culture of Uruguay and was recognized by UNESCO, blah, blah, blah. To a lesser extent, candombe is practiced in Argentina, Paraguay, and Brazil. Well, cool. So Uruguay. That's cool. So point being, it's not lame for me to bring in percussion loops if I edit them, understand their cultural heritage, and 2, can play it myself. But you see, and when we get into mixing this, I'm going to break this down a lot more. There's 2 main percussion parts. One part is another loop that I glitched the hell out of. So let's hear this real quick. Okay, that it starts in the center, and then it fades over to the left side during the chorus. This percussive loop, it starts in the center with the filter cut off halfway through the song. It comes in, then it starts to open up, and then it goes over to the right. So as one percussive element goes, it's basically through the whole song. This first one, it starts in the center, moves to the left. Right when the other one comes in, that moves to the right. So then, here, it's going to be a bad example because this is there. Okay, so now we can hear them they give each other room. Now the cool thing here is for that wow. This hit, I brought it back to the center. There's no percussion to get in the way. In fact, so it's right in the center for this one little hit, this candombe part. Point being, reason I bring this up is, so what we've got down here is with this pong ball, what if instead of playing in the center, I spread it out to the edges? Okay. And then maybe not quite so hard, maybe 45. Let's see how this is sitting with this. But I think what I want to do here is, if I do some. Ooh, I've got an idea. All right, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that's not all. Okay, first off, for these middle three, I'm going to edit them, turn off warping, kill this, take this up 12 semitones, 24 semitones, 12 semitones. So now we're actually getting a pretty cool effect. Of course, what we probably want to do, though, is do this right. So the transient comes in her. See, so it's right on now, which is okay for the other part because it doesn't, it's not exact. It's kind of a loose feel to it. For this particular little effect I'm going to try, I want it to be dead nuts on dead nuts. So ding, 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 ding. Get rid of that. Let's, I'll mess with the fades in a moment. But for these middle ones, I'm going to turn off warping. This one, I'm going to take up 12 semitones. This one, I'm going to take up 24 semitones, which is 2 octaves. This one's 12. So this is going to give us a cool. It's a bit harsh, though, isn't it? So let's see fades. Just I like to give a little bit of the edges that to take off any of the harshness. I like to cut in the fades a little bit. Actually, one idea I had, what if I go wow instead? So let's see what this sounds like. It's kind of boring without the It's kind of boring without the filter delay widening it out. But let's see. No, I don't like that. That's kind of dope. So you know, instead of that delay, there's actually a cool Waves plugin called the Doubler. If I bring this on, and then it's called Going Up. It's a preset. Let's hear what this. That's pretty dope. All right, so let's go. So what are some things we can mess with here? Where's the speed that it does that? Because to my ear, it sounds a little slow. I honestly don't know how to use this fucking thing. I just know that it's got some dope. What about going down, eh? That might be more apropos for the frequency range we want to fill in. Twitch is being fucking weird. How's everybody doing on Twitch? Oh, okay. Oh, up works better. Okay, so we're going up. That's dope. All right. So I'm going to leave those at 0 dBs taken off from the sample. If I want to then out at them, my gain staging's good. I'm right at 1. So let's take a step back and hear right before what transposes up. Yeah, that's pretty dynamic. That's a cool little glitch part. One thing that I think it needs is vocals there. So I've got this part here, which is the cup front cup, but about halfway there. Cool. So front cup. Right. trying to think if I can bend this puppy up. What if I take it up 12 semitones like a real man? Get crazy with it. My voice is going to sound so masculine for this part now. All right. Dang. Yeah, that's not going to work. What if I take one up 7 and another up 3? Maybe just take both them up 3, honestly, because one's the front, one's the cut. And then pong this puppy out. So I think what I want to do is front. Oh, that might sound kind of weird, but so you see here again, what I did was I took a sample of me saying front cup, and then I sliced it into MIDI. Apologies, by the way, that my speaking voice is coming out of just the left channel. That's annoying. I need to get my audio routing hooked up properly. That's a mistake, so bear with me for tonight's stream, please. Okay. Yeah, so what I did was I took a sample of me saying front cup, and then I sliced it to MIDI, but just into 2 slices. So you see we've got a sampler here with 1 slice, 2 slice. No, wait, it's a drum machine. Yeah. That's right. When you slice to MIDI, that makes sense. It puts it in there. So you get 2 samples. Ding, ding. And now I can kind of play it like an instrument. It's so beautiful. What if I just do it? What if these should be locked in? I want the pong to come down a little bit. So where's that pong thing? But why don't I take? That's too much gain. I'll take it. And then you know what I can do, because I got a utility on it. I'm gonna go ahead and automate the width and just widen it right out. So I don't know what I think of that now. Maybe what I'm looking for, I transpose it up, but then I auto filter it down. That might be kind of cool. So just for this part. But I'm losing that wow. Just ever so slightly there. Whoa. Holy jeezum. It's just ever so slightly there as my fucking mic almost smashes to the ground. It's just ever so slightly there. So what I did, I transposed it up 3 semitones. I cut the filter. I low passed it at about 770 hertz. Then I widened it all the way out with the stereo width widener on the utility. I added some ping pong. I added some delay, more delay send, and then I boosted the gain by about 5 dBs. So, especially with it being low pass, that fucking low, that's pretty fucking subtle. That's really subtle. And then what I've been trying to do more is not use devices if I don't need them, so I'm going to turn that off everywhere else. So, because I want the focus on that part to be the down ping-ponged, which is the melody, then also the wow of the little filter cutoff automation for that candombe percussion part, right in the middle. Then the little ping pong ball that's tweaked out with that waves doubler effect, kind of about 45, so pretty hard pan. And now this is going to be all the way out, just kind of adding a front underneath things. So it's transposed up, it's widened out, but at the same time it's low passed, so it's kind of a cool opposite deal where you're transposing it up, but you're low passing it lower, so actually less of the high frequency is getting through, even though the note itself is a higher frequency. It's a little weird. Let's hear this again in context. Yeah, I'm digging that. So, oops. Well, we did a lot there. That was good. Let me get my tracks to a good place. I'm not used to having tracks that aren't in a group. Okay, so I'm noticing a little bit of annoying high end on that melody part when I open up the filter cutoff so high. So what I'm going to do is jump into that and see what is what there. So let's see, is this thing all good now? Right on. Technical difficulty for a person who's newer at streaming. Okay, so melody right here. Let's solo it. But we also saw earlier, sometimes a little bit of something is all right if it works with what you're doing. So there might just be too much parallel compression going on. So I'm a bit heavy-handed with that. Gosh, these are at -2. Why? Anyway, there's New York compression here, which is this type of thing. Then a sub comp and a high comp, parallel compression. So if I've got the high compression there and the parallel compression, you know, you're going to see this brightness. It's too much. Yeah, right there. Well, what are you doing? Lower this stuff down. So I'm going to take this way down. Why does it need that? So maybe continue running a little bit of parallel compression, a little bit of high compression on it. Why don't I go ahead and automate the frequency of the fourth pole? Excuse me, the gain. So, you know, in some of the parts where it's problematic, I can just duck this part down. That shimmer is nice, but it's also breaking it up a little bit. So honestly, to my ear, that sounds good now. So just here and there, huh? So let's go through this and let's duck out some of the parts just ever so slightly with this. It's really these second ones, huh? So it makes sense that for these, they're a higher pitch. We might have to duck it a little bit more. I'd go up a half step or a whole step. It's just ever so slightly. I'm still getting that. So one of the things that's interesting is as the filter opens up, I'm then tempering down some of this shimmer that I put on with that EQ, which I think is a perfectly valid way of doing things. It might seem a little bit as if you're compensating for something that you're doing, but it works in this case. I'm going to copy that there, and then the final chorus is the entire, all 4 parts. So derp derp. All right. The shimmer there definitely cool. So just checking out my fans doing. Sounding good to me. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and save this. How's everybody doing out there tonight? Doing good. If you're in the northeast here, you will be dealing with a nor'easter, as they call it, which is a storm that's blowing in from, you guessed it, the northeast. I believe it's not a storm that's blowing northeast. It's actually blowing southwest if it's coming from the northeast. But that's neither here nor there for what we're trying to do. So this one, I want to probably throw a delay on this, but it's going to be an interesting thing. So check this out. So there's this doubler, which I think it has on, I like some of these presets. Dark fader. What I want to do, I think, is throw a ping pong on it that is really long. So maybe either set it to 3 or... So it keeps going a little bit. Check this. We don't want it to still be going. Actually, you know what I might do with this is throw this on the whole kit and caboodle. Oh, right on. The gentleman from Restream is hitting me back. So that's a service that I'm using to stream to multiple services at once. It's pretty dope. So I'm kicking it on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, of course. What's good, Crowbears 15? How's it going, man? You making it happen or what? All right, so I think I'm gonna pop this puppy. All right, thanks. Cool. So I'm gonna take this ping pong and actually throw it up on the main channel here. So instead of just on this last front cup, it's gonna go on the entire line of these front cups, and then do this technique again. Real fucking groundbreaking, I know, but only use it when you need it, bruh. Right? So. Front cup. 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 I think what I'm going to do is throw this in a... This is distracting me. Let me close that. Thanks, Randy. I really like your service, bro. I recommend Restream. They're having a sale right now. You can stream to like 30 different places. It's free too. The only reason I'm paying for it is to get the custom RTMP server so that I can stream to newer stuff like Facebook Live and Instagram Live. But okay, so what are we doing here? I want to throw this in an instrument rack, I think, because I'm not liking the dry wet here. What I want to do is set the dry to 100, and then so I'm going to do Command G, throw it in a rack, add a new chain. Oh god. So this is ping pong. I forgot you can't do it like that. That's clean. Right, so let me see if I'm thinking about this the right way. One is clean. It's all going to come through this. No, I probably want to put it on this side so that it's ping-ponging after it. So, right, so this one's going to be just the ping-pong, which is 100% set to, that was too much feedback. Let's try 70. But this one's clean, so it's just coming through. So let's first off solo this group. Let's hear this. It should be the exact same volume it was before. Right on. Now this one. Right. I gotta use B more too, the draw. Actually, what I can do is okay, so now Maybe lower this, 2 dBs. Right, so this is a pretty cool method. I kind of been forgetting to do this, but it's cool. So now it's in an audio effect track. I don't have to mess with the dry wet. The channel that's getting the chain in the audio effect rack that's getting the ping pong delay is at 100%. So it's coming through, meaning the clean one is coming through very solid, It's just the way I want it. Now I can blend this in at -2B, and it's almost like I have a send that I'm sending it to with this ping pong on it, but because I only need it for, it's almost like I have a return channel with this ping pong on it, and I'm sending to that. But which would maintain the 100% of this clean. Because I'm in a situation where I'm only using it for this channel, at least right now, for this bus, the main front cup vocal line, it makes sense just to throw it in an audio effect track. So, point being, let's hear what this sounds like. Sounds fucking great. Just what I wanted it. Maybe slightly higher feedback so it keeps rolling. But half a dB less. Yeah, honestly, love that. I love that so much, I actually might put it over the other ones. Front cover. Less. Yeah, that's doing it for me. Let's see what it's doing to the end. That's pretty obnoxious in a way that perfectly captures how obnoxious fucking people are when playing beer pong, or maybe even just people that call front cup. I don't know. Again, I wrote this song 5 years ago, but point stands that, yeah, that's fucking dope. That's pretty obnoxious, but I'm digging that. So one thing that I noticed, which is what I'm going to want to add in that automation for the melody again. Let's open this up so that that's getting a little... So I want to take it down just a tiny little bit. something like this. Probably the same thing thereabouts. So 1, 2, 3. Fuck that. There we go. Oh God. To try and tame that in a little bit, and then that's that. It doesn't do it again. So just those two little parts. Some nice fucking automation that we get going on those vocals. Cool. So I actually really like how much that that ping pong set to 6 pulls things together. So that was a pretty good hour of work on this track. I'm definitely liking where it's going. I'm gonna get a little bit more work to do, tightening transitions up. Definitely the bass automation is a little bit simplistic. You can see this is what I'm doing. I do a cool thing here for the beginning and a cool thing here where I'm actually automating the filter cutoff on the synth itself. All in between, I'm not doing much. So I want to add some more expressiveness there. I think that will be good expressiveness for the track and add a little bit to the musicality of the bass line, which I did play in. People are going to browbeat me for how much it probably conflicts with the kick. Another thing which I was considering doing is adding in Waves has another plugin which will add some mid-range content to your bass so that, when I listen to it on my Grot box type speakers, it doesn't cut out it's hard to hear. That's why I really brought the cutoff higher. But then I found out about that plugin that can actually add some content in the mid-range so that your bass is audible on things like, a heavily bandpassed radio signal or, for instance, laptop speakers without really the low-end response just due to the size of the speaker cone. So that's going to be something I'm going to play with, along with adding some more expressiveness with the cutoff itself. So... See, I love that part, how that opens up. But I want to get a little bit more mid-range content in there to really help that shine. So, collapse that, get this in a good state that I want to leave it in. Cool. All right, so thanks again, everybody, for joining. It's Tom V, Loudverse Media. It's TomV.com. Check it out. Look forward to catching up with you all next time. Peace.